Like, I was never going to lay a bumper to Joey. Trying to get by him there in stage 3 or stage 1, I think. When he was leading, I got by him. Like, I just didn't want to do it that way. Teammate or not, I didn't want to do it that way, especially with a teammate. Like, I'm not just going to rough you up.
Definitely heard it for really all this season and all last season. It was one of the biggest things. I'd see it on social media, both negative and positive comments in regards to it.
I was trying to be the macho dude. You know me, man. I was like, yeah, I got this. No problem, man. I'm a tough guy. Blah, blah, blah. They strapped me in that car over there in Columbus. I said, what the hell am I thinking?
You know what? I'm very comfortable wearing this. And, you know, if you think I'm so well.
Try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious. Here's the Freaks.
Freak Nation, when the most punchable face in NASCAR is the biggest story to come out of a race and a race weekend, then damn it, you know we got problems. How you doing, Freak Nation? Kenny Sargent, Crash Gladys, Richard C. Suave, Cole Cusimano, and our helicopter pilot, Big Ass Johnson, here in the Freak Nation. And I mentioned the most punchable face in NASCAR. It seems if we, again, threw it out there on Twitter at SpeedFreaks, who's got the most punchable face in NASCAR? It would be Ty Gibbs. Not Joey Logano, but Ty Gibbs. And it all started with our good friend Denny Hamlin saying, what in the F are you doing, teammate? I'm in the playoffs. You're not skipjack. Quit racing me like we're running for a championship. So what does Denny Hamlin do? He won't tell you what he did, but you can watch what he does on the track, and he punts his freaking teammate. And then gets called to the Joe Gibbs principal office for a post-race conference. We'll get into all that coming up here in the Freak Nation. Her name is Brittany Force. She'll be joining us here in the Freak Nation. Zane Smith, having a hell of a year, tail end of the year in his Cup Series ride. He'll be joining us here in the Freak Nation. More with Ryan Blaney. And Shawn Reed, who, Crasher, what does he do? He comes back for the IHRA and NHRA, his first races, and does what?
Well, he has a massive wreck, first of all, up in Seattle, the Northwest Nationals, NHRA. And we don't know how long he was necessarily slated to be out, but he does come back into an IHRA race the weekend after Labor Day, takes the win, and then the very next week back in NHRA and takes another win. So, yeah, just pretty spectacular what Shawn Reed's been doing.
So Shawn Reed will join us sometime in the next couple of hours here in the Freak Nation and the Lucas Oil Studios. Be sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the website, speedfreaks.tv. Rich, you've been doing a damn good job on what the kids call TikTok. And we've been kicking some ass with those numbers on TikTok. Thank you, my friend.
The people are loving the content on the Ticker Talkers, getting angry at us for some of the things we say, and that's okay. And I love that. They're NASCAR shills that we are.
Oh, are we all shills now?
According to the chat, that's what we are.
Oh, people, if you only knew.
Look, man, when you have a race in New Hampshire, and the most exciting thing, what was it, about an hour into the race, is Josh Berry and his spin
to almost win, yeah.
Don't you think there's an issue there, Cole Cusimano, with a race?
Yes, but I kind of expected this. I mentioned this on Humpday, too. It's just what you expect from Loudon. Not a whole lot of entertainment. In all fairness, I think it was the most entertaining race we've had in a while. Most lead changes in the next gen. A ton of green flag passes. I think the tires helped a little bit with the watchability and whatnot, but it's Loudon. Yeah. That's all I could say.
It's a very flat track.
Yeah.
And NASCAR typically, no matter what the size is, does not do well on a flat track.
Mm-hmm. Then what the hell do we do about it?
Put Indy cars up there. Take NASCAR away.
Yeah. Why do we continue to throw this away? Like, okay, it's just another track.
We've talked about shortening the season ad nauseum. This could be a race that could go away, and it would piss off the northeastern part of the country. But they do have their Pocono, at least, and their Watkins Glen. You could remove Loudon from the NASCAR schedule, as long as you give them IndyCar. give them any.
I want to hear from the two residentials here,
Okay.
Richie and Cole, on this comment. Again, something that we've preached for 25 years here in the Freak Nation, shorten the G-damn races. If you shorten the race, maybe by another 100 laps, 150 laps, Cole, wouldn't this provide a bit more excitement, at least for the drivers, knowing that they got to get this S done within a shorter amount of times and they're to take bigger risks to provide us a little bit better racing?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. And in all fairness, this was a very short race by comparison. It's only a little over 300 miles.
What are you comparing
But
it
still,
to, man?
500, 400-mile races. It was only 300.
It was only 300,
But,
that's true.
Big but here, it was still 3 hours long. So with that in mind, absolutely. If we could maybe 200 laps, that's fine by me. It definitely would bring about some more excitement, make the stakes a lot higher, and maybe make this track worthy of remaining on the schedule.
Richie,
like
come on, help
big
me out
maybe.
here. You know where I'm going with this, buddy.
Stop going to ovals.
Oh, gee.
Wait, what?
Come
I'm going that far.
Oh.
They have to have some.
What else do you want me to say?
make
There's
multiple
not
rules.
like we've been over this over and over again. And it's just the car's crap. These tracks are crap. With this car, the tire fall off is not a thing. I saw a story this week where Joey Logano went to a tire test and he was like, "Our tires were done in 40 laps, and you had to at New Hampshire." And he was like, "We had to save tires to get to 40 laps, and Goodyear decided not to bring that tire. So instead of something like that, which has brought entertainment to Bristol and other tracks, we got the crap we got today." And so other than taking this car and taking it to the closest landfill and running it through the trash compactor, just get rid of damn ovals, give me a road course, give me 2-hour races, and we're good. And I'm excited.
All right, next time I want to go to Richie for a comment similar to that. Let's just say, no, can he do it? Go there to him. Hey, listen.
You asked.
I know I did, Richie. I know, but hold on.
What were you expecting me to say?
I don't know. Well, something coherent, damn it. Listen, we talked about it on Humpday, which, by the way, Freak Nation, 5 o'clock Eastern, every Wednesday on YouTube, about this. This is the first time at New Hampshire, Cole, that they run with this new tire compound at this track, right?
Correct.
And we thought that might provide us some additional entertainment.
I thought so, because they ran this tire at Richmond a few weeks ago, and Richmond's only a quarter mile shorter. It was a great race. Rich even mentioned he thought it was the best oval race of the season.
Richmond.
Richmond.
Richmond
Yes.
is awesome.
There was no comparison, not even close to Loudon, what happened today. We should have brought the Bristol tire, honestly.
Right?
Last week. Have those things shred after like 20 laps. Call it good.
Yeah.
Remember our Sunday night show last week, how awesome that was because of the discussions that we had with the tires and the issues that we had with it at the drive. That gave us 2 hours of content.
It gave us a lot. You are exactly right.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But for tonight's show, our lead is Ty Gibbs' face.
That's something,
Right?
though. That's something.
Yeah. That's our lead. And if we can get Denny Hamlin to talk about what everybody saw about him punting his freaking teammate, which Denny Hamlin will not say.
No, because he claims he was just trying to get him out of the way.
Damn it, it just gets old. It's like rinse, repeat. My gosh. And Richie, the trend has been lately where we anticipated, thanks to our good friend Jeff Gluck, who covers NASCAR for The Athletic, where he asks, was this a good race? I'm not going to even insinuate that it's going to be overwhelming, yes, because of the way people are picking up on it, finally going, this is BS. Not yes, it's BS.
That's so true. Last week's Bristol race got 80+%. I'm expecting this week. I was looking through some comments on Reddit and a little bit on Twitter as well. And from what I've seen, most people are pretty negative, but they kind of agree with you, Cole, which is like, what do you want us to do? It was Loudon. This race is never good, type of thing. So I'm not expecting good ratings on the poll or good ratings on the TV side either.
Just to bring that up next, exactly. Yep. My prediction is that the ratings and the viewership for this weekend will be the lowest of the playoffs, and maybe even of the last 10 races.
Think so?
I don't feel good about it.
That's a huge gut punch. Oh wow.
Well,
Okay.
let's Freak Nation, we want to give you some perspective. Again, one of our homers for NASCAR is our helicopter pilot. And Big Ass Johnson, in the pre-race breakdown, we're talking about items that we want to discuss in the show. And we're talking about the race and how interesting the race was. And what did you have to say, Cody, about the race? What did you do during the race?
I definitely took a nap.
Yeah.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
In contention, Cody. Kyle Larson was in contention.
That's where I'm going, Richie. Kyle Larson had a shot to win the damn race. And when P1 for Kyle Larson is freaking Cody taking a nap, NASCAR.
Loudon.
What'd I say? What? Oh, Loudon.
Loudon. No.
No, it's Kyle Larson. I get it. I know it's Loudon, but what if your boy was up front?
It really didn't matter. I was tired. I was bored. I was tired of watching this. I was done. I didn't care. I'll see him in victory lane if that was the case.
Well, I guarantee we're going to bring you we're going to bring you more excitement than the race because we're able to pick some things from the race, including Denny Hamlin, more Ty Gibbs, Joe Gibbs, Ryan Blaney has some things to say post race. So we'll find some instances that will hook you into believing that this was a decent race. At least if you pull the curtain back a few times like we intend to do here in the Freak Nation. So that's what we'll do. Coming up next, we'll hear from Ryan Blaney. We'll hear from Denny Hamlin, maybe even Joe Gibbs. And there's a comparison going around now between Kyle Busch back in the day and currently Ty Gibbs. What the hell do we mean about that? We'll share that with you. Coming up, SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. If you want to blend in, keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
General Tire delivers. Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
LucasOil.com. Check it out, Freak Nation. It's a great website. You own a hot rod? You own anything with an engine? Go to LucasOil.com and check out a line of products to keep your lawnmower, your speedboat, or that old hot rod you got there in the garage all covered up, fat and happy. Go to LucasOil.com. That's LucasOil.com. Coming up, Brittany Force will be in here. Zane Smith will be here. Shawn will be in here. In moments, Ryan Blaney will be here in the Freak Nation. And if you caught the first segment, we're doing our best, Freak Nation, to provide entertainment for you for a 3-hour race and a snoozer for our helicopter pilot, Cody Big Ass Johnson. Side shot, Cody. Let's go. Get your face. Get your face. There you go. There it is. He fell asleep, Freak Nation, and we understand a number of
during the race. Yes.
And he's a Kyle Larson snorkeler. Again, if he could have a baby, he'd have a Kyle Larson baby. Because that's how big of a fan he is. He'd have a freaking Kyle Larson baby.
The what?
And Kyle Larson, as we saw, had a chance to win this damn race. And when Cody Big Ass Johnson goes to sleep, when Kyle Larson's leading the race, we got problems.
Wait, did you see him leading?
Oh my God! Dang.
No.
Love the pause.
Wow.
No. No.
Okay.
What I like about Cody, it's like we're trying to throw Cody a trick question every time we throw to him. It's like, Cody, what's your name?
Helicopter pilot.
Cody. Richie, Ryan Blaney had a few things to say post-race. What you got from our good friend, RB?
You know what the greatest thing about New Hampshire is, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Freak Nation, everybody in the studio here, is the trophy.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Right, I mentioned this on Wednesday. They still hand out gigantic lobsters for trophies if you win at New Hampshire, which is awesome. And I'd much rather have a lobster trophy than a grandfather clock trophy, but we'll leave that discussion for another day.
Well, they still get a medal trophy, too.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if you can eat your trophy,
hey,
that's sick.
Oh, my God.
Okay,
it's got to be a damn good lobster too.
Trophy.
Yeah. Because what the hell? What the hell does a grandfather clock do? Just sit in the corner, give me a lobster. I can eat that with some butter, and we are living good. Just like Ryan Blaney's living good after winning New Hampshire. He talked about how much he wanted to win this race. This is his first win at Loudon, first win in New Hampshire, and he explained why getting to hoist up that lobster was so awesome.
Yeah, I watched a lot of races here growing up, whether I was here or watching on TV. The lobster was one of the coolest things in victory lane. I've wanted to hold that lobster for like 30 years. I've wanted to hold that thing up in victory lane just because I saw guys doing it when I was growing up, and it was just the coolest thing ever. And it's funny, like tracks have certain trophies that catch your eye as a kid, and this is one of them. And it was super cool to do that today.
Can I say something?
You can say whatever you want.
I don't want to spoil anybody's belief in the size of the lobster matters, but from my knowledge, well, I asked ChatGPT, does a huge lobster taste better than a smaller lobster?
It's supposed to not taste.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So having a huge freaking lobster doesn't mean you're going to have a big ass fine freaking meal with a huge ass lobster. It says again, smaller lobsters 1 to a pound to a pound and a half. Their meat is usually more delicate, tender, and slightly sweeter.
The small lobsters are the veal of the lobster kingdom.
Hey, there you go. Large lobsters, 4 pounds or more. They have much more meat, of course, but the texture can be coarser and sometimes tougher.
Yes.
So the size does not matter when it comes to your lobster, Cole Cusimano.
And you know what's a shame, too, is that you got the pit crew guys, the road crew, the crew chief, so you're not even getting maybe like a bite of this thing. That's it. So you're getting crappy lobster on top of that. It's cool to look at, but what is it, going to be chewy and disgusting? Come on.
Chewy, rubbery, one-bite lobster.
Yeah.
When your race sucks butt and we're having to spend 2 minutes talking about the size of your lobster, that's...
Got that.
Ryan Blaney was so bored he's playing with his beard during the beginning of that thing. Lobster, yeah.
Did you hear him in his... Let's see, again, they always go to the race-winning driver when they cross the finish line, but he's thinking his crew chief and thinking all of this, the team, and he was saying things like, hey, guys, when's the plane leaving? Can we get to the plane quicker tonight? He didn't say that. It's just, come on, man. That's just... I'm sorry, that was a bad joke, Richie. What do we got from Ryan?
It's a long weekend, Kenny.
That's not long. Please give us something to talk about.
Valid.
Go ahead, Richie.
There was, I remember this quote from Denny Hamlin, I think it was last year on his podcast, and he explained how in this new next-gen Gen 7 car, all NASCAR was trying to do was create the illusion of good racing. So that's what we saw today between Ryan Blaney and Josh Berry, is that, yeah, they were bumper to bumper and they were looking like they were racing, but they weren't actually racing because you can't pass in this race car. Well, here is Ryan Blaney explaining what it was like racing his Penske-aligned teammate with the Wood brothers, Josh Berry.
I 100% expect Josh to go try to win that race, so that was fun racing with him. He got close a couple times. I appreciate no bumper being laid to me. That was a lot of fun racing Josh. He's been a great part to this, organization this year, and proud of those guys for having a good run. But they came on strong for a while, and that was tough. That was a tough 20 laps to hold him off until I gapped him again a little bit with maybe 6 to go.
How about Josh Berry, where he had the 3 worst races in the history of
I know.
mankind?
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to the next round in the playoffs, and he's like, I'm going to have my best race I've had in 6 months.
Yeah, and he spun, too. He spun early in this race, and he still finished runner-up, so good on him.
I was actually hoping he would pull out that win to make up for what his round of 16 was, but that's all right. I'm a Blaney fan, so yay.
More from our Blaney?
Yeah, here's Ryan Blaney talking about how, remember for a lot of the season, Ryan Blaney was having such bad luck, right? He was having, engine issues. He was getting into crashes when he maybe had a good car. He had chances to win with the great car that he missed out on. So here's Ryan Blaney talking about how even with those issues all season long, this race and winning it doesn't mean that he's any more championship caliber than he was throughout the entire season.
I don't think the win makes me feel any more that way. I felt really good about I think we can contend. This team has been really good all year. It's a championship contending team. It's a championship winning team a couple years ago. It's pretty much the same group of guys. And so my mindset really hasn't changed. I believe we can do it all season. And this win doesn't make me believe we can do it even more than what I felt like, going through the whole year.
Cole Cusimano, you brought this up. And now that I think a little bit more about it, Penske, it seems like Penske's had Roger Penske, Penske Organization, Penske Entertainment, they've had a crap year. They've had a crap couple of years. They've just had numerous instances where they stumble over their D. But you asked the question, is Penske back? I don't know if you could say that, but with the dominance of Penske in the Cup car, with Logano, with Ryan Blaney, Cindric, we might discuss that, but can you even what kind of look is that, Crash?
Where do you want to go with that? Cindric, I don't even want to discuss that. Huh?
Cindric's not in the playoffs. I didn't want to.
Oh, yes, he is.
Oh, he is. He's still in there, isn't he?
Yeah, he finished 17th today. It was a pretty solid day for him.
Who the hell am I? Oh, sorry. Oh, hello, Austin Dillon. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, wrong Austin.
Austin's confused there. How can you still utter is Penske back when it's again?
And hold on. Why are you saying Penske back? Because who was the champion last year? Penske Joey Logano.
Because Penske sucked hind boob the first half of the year, Crasher.
All right. And was called out for a bunch of things.
But this is when it matters.
Okay,
and
I get it.
They're back. They are back. They're officially back. Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney have 3 straight top 5s in the playoffs right now. They're here. They're here to stay. Booking for the championship 4. It's not an even year, so give it to Ryan Blaney.
I would just who was amongst the 4 of us here, who was it that picked Ryan Blaney to win the championship?
Oh, Richard.
Looking good. Looking good.
Now, we'll find out in a couple weeks if the Richie Jinks show's back up again. But
True.
For now, it's looking good.
Richie, one more before we go to break?
So this is actually a good transition because I think coming up next, we're going to get more into the Ty Gibbs and Denny Hamlin situation. Well, Ryan Blaney was asked about how he handles situations like that. If he has a disagreement on track with the driver, he says he's very open. He's like, hey, I want to go and talk to them and figure this crap out before it festers.
I think it's more beneficial to speak on it sooner than later, because if you don't speak on it sooner than later, things fester. People have their own minds. Like, did he do it on purpose? Whatever. And then things can kind of build. So I think the sooner that you can get that stuff out in the open, just have a conversation with somebody. I think that's always the better way to go about it. And everyone's different, but that's just my mindset on it.
No, Ryan Blaney is just freaking married. That's what it is. You work it out with your wife, your spouse. You don't go to bed pissed off.
Right. Don't go to bed angry. That's right.
So, smart move there, my friend. The most punchable face in NASCAR. We'll discuss that. Also, Zane Smith coming up. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
SpeedFreaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring.
Hello.
If you want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Coming up, Zane Smith, Brittany Force, Shawn Reed, here in the Freak Nation, Lucas Oil Studios. But first, the most punchable face in that. Does anyone? Can anyone argue with that? Is there a more punchable face in the NASCAR Cup Series than Ty Gibbs?
Okay, back it up just a little bit. We did put that poll out on X, Twitter, several months ago, and overwhelmingly our Twitterverse did vote that Ty Gibbs is the most punchable face in NASCAR. So that's kind of where it started, and here we are today with punchy face boy getting upset.
All right. So his teammate, Denny Hamlin, who is in the hunt for a championship, his first championship, by the way, Ty Gibbs is not. But Ty Gibbs was running his teammate, Denny Hamlin, pretty darn hard a time during that race. And Denny Hamlin just said, F this, man, and gives his teammate a little bit of a push.
Denny Hamlin was not happy with you, talking about how he was racing for a championship. As you look at the incident, was somebody in the right and somebody in the wrong, and where does that lay out?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I'm excited to go race next week and looking forward to it.
Denny also mentioned that he felt like somebody from the organization should talk to you. What do you expect that conversation to look like?
Yeah, we'll have a good race next week. We're looking forward to it.
Damn.
And we're on to Cincinnati, Bill Belichick.
Yep, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Someone talk instead of me, please.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's stupid. You want us to pull off another Ty Gibbs? I mean, could Ty Gibbs have handled it differently? Yes, but I get that he didn't want to get into it. Is this a Joe Gibbs PR move that was successful or not? You know what? He shouldn't get into the meat of something, especially when he is super angry himself. However, just maybe answer it a little better than that so that we can get on to more racing questions. Just my opinion.
I'll keep this really quick here. Mm-hmm. Anyone who covers NASCAR, that's exactly what you get from Ty Gibbs every single week, every single interview, every scrum, media press conference. That's it. So it's no surprise to me. It's very PC, very basic. So, yeah, I wouldn't take anything out of that.
All right. So not necessarily Gibbs PR getting into him saying, don't say anything when you come out of the hospital.
That's just him.
Okay.
No, that's just him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tough for me to understand, especially after these years of him being in racing in NASCAR, of learning how to handle situations similar to this. What you were saying, Crasher, something easy like we saw what we saw. Mm-hmm. We're going to have conversations, I'm sure, when we get back to the shop on Monday.
Absolutely.
But other than that, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I mean, that gives you
Just
a little bit of color, right?
Yes.
Right now, I'm not in a position to say anything. I'm pretty heated, regardless of I was in right or wrong. But not. We're on to Cincinnati. And we've said this ad nauseum about this kid. You can erase years of Aston by just a couple of comments and a couple of let's open up and be human and not be the jerk Nepo boy that Richie claims he is. Just gather some gumption and show us that you've got something other than bro.
God on your side.
Right? Mm-hmm. So Joe Gibbs was asked about this, correct? Following the race, Richie, is that right?
Joe Gibbs was asked about it. A couple of the reporters on pit lane caught up with him, and they asked him directly about it. And he got a little bit more into it than Ty Gibbs did. But let's hear from Joe Gibbs himself. Go ahead.
It's always the drivers that have to handle that. They're the ones that got the wheel, and so I think that's always the case. So that's what we'll do.
Do you have to step in at all?
No, I think those guys all are the ones driving the cars. And so we'll kind of those guys will get together on their own and figure it out.
Were you upset over the incident itself, or did you view it as just one of the racing thing?
I think it's hard for me. Okay. It's not me, it's the drivers. So that's the way I've always looked at this. So.
Okay. I get that it's the drivers that are having issues, Coach, but these are two drivers that are not going to see eye to eye. It is up to you to be their leader, to be their coach, and give them some sort of direction. They're never going to see eye to eye, I don't believe. But at least you can set the bar where they need to be as teammates. Without you stepping in, you said you're not going to step in. Without you stepping in, that's going to lead to further issues in your team. So I don't agree with what he's saying there at all.
There was an instance over the weekend that my lovely wife and I encountered, and it involved our wonderful midfield goal-playing daughter in a soccer game Saturday afternoon where she needed to be reprimanded. And Crasher didn't wait too long to reprimand her. And I'm not disagreeing with how Crasher went about reprimanding our daughter. It will make her, and has already made her, a better person in how to handle adversity and stress during an athletic event. She's 11 years old. And evidently no one's had this conversation with Ty Gibbs.
Right.
Regardless of where he is on the racetrack, how he did, this is how you handle this situation. This is how you handle that situation. The minute someone perceives my daughter to be an a-hole is the moment that I have failed, and that I'm going to go back to the drawing board and figure this thing out to where I'm going to be a leader for her and show her how not to be an a-hole. This is how you approach certain situations. You don't yell certain things on the field back on the sidelines, Henley. You just don't do that. Ty Gibbs, this is how you handle certain situations to where you don't sound and look like a damn jerk over and over and over. No one wants to spend their time talking to you because of the, as Cole said, the amount of bull S you give us when we ask you questions. We've had an opportunity 2 or 3 times to have you in the Freak Nation, and I've declined. You sat over there on not a stool, but a chair by yourself with your PR person for, in NASCAR speak, a long-ass time for minutes upon minutes. No one would go over there and talk to you in this scrum. I just don't want to. Just be a little bit more honest. I'm not saying rip open your freaking chest and show us your wares completely, but just don't be such a freaking jerk, man.
Meanwhile, Coach, help him out a bit.
Yes. And then that's where it comes to the situation where we talked about this that Sunday morning after his father passed away. Talk about Ty Gibbs' father passed away. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm not saying that's an issue, but it could be an issue of not having that male role model to get your ass kicked.
I see.
In situations like this, like you don't do this. You don't do this. Because, Richie, if we put side by side of Ty Gibbs 4 years ago versus where he is now, he's still answering the same questions the same damn way. Yeah, it's the most PR-trained Nepo baby in NASCAR there is. I will say this. I will defend Ty Gibbs in this, which is you've spent 8 minutes hammering Ty Gibbs here and how we handled that situation post-race. Right. But why aren't you hammering Denny Hamlin? He was the one who went and wrecked him. He was the one who got pissed off that Ty Gibbs was racing him clean, 100% clean, fourth position on the lead lap in a race, dude.
It's a race.
Mm-hmm.
What else are you supposed to? What else is Ty Gibbs supposed to do in that situation other than just bend the knee to Denny Hamlin, which is what Denny Hamlin wanted? And we were just bashing team orders several weeks ago. The entire conversation in Formula One a couple weeks ago was, oh, team orders, Lando gets a position back. Oh, team orders. When we were talking about the Hendrick situation and Alex Bowman, right, and trying to make the playoffs. And now it's all that's our conversation point is it's Ty Gibbs. You need to buck up and grow up a little bit instead of Denny Hamlin needs to freaking grow up and not spin out your damn teammate intentionally early on in the race. That's a long 300 laps, Denny. Chill out a little bit, bro. I'm curious to see what he says on this podcast this week if he takes any culpability and responsibility for what he did because he sure as heck didn't do it today. I don't know if we have time to get to him here in this segment, but he did. He basically was like, "Oh, it was a racing incident. Got a little loose."
He admitted to it. He basically admitted to wanting to move him out of the way. He tried it numerous times. I'm with you though. I don't know how much time we have.
We don't have much.
I agree with you. He did nothing wrong here. I'll be clear. You're on the money with that. Just give us some more, Ty, more personality to work with.
We'll do this. We've got Brittany Force coming up next. All right, Brittany Force, huge news. She's leaving her seat next year to hopefully start a family. We catch up with her. Yes, the daughter of John Force. We catch up with her, but let's do this. Top of the hour, we'll get back into this conversation. Denny Hamlin, Ty Gibbs, Joe Gibbs. Deal?
Let's go.
Brittany Force next. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by our friends at Lucas Oil. Now, what automobile do you have in the garage? I bet Lucas Oil could keep that thing fat and happy and on the road. From everyday car care, heavy-duty trucking to agriculture, hot rods, classic cars, motorcycles, and marine, Lucas Oil has what you need to keep those engines, interiors, and exteriors looking like and running like they're supposed to be. For more information, go to the website, lucasoil.com, and find the perfect Lucas Oil product. Keep your rides on the road. Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids' tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. If you want to blend in, keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to www.raceway.com.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Well, Freak Nation, Brittany Force back with the Freaks at Lucas Oil Studios. And a force has been coming in the Freak Nation over the last 25 years, many times over the year, whether it's her dad, her sister, or her sisters. Brittany Force again here in the Freak Nation. Brittany, with the announcement of you leaving this series, at least temporarily, to start a family, when did these thoughts start to go through your head that, man, I've got to make this decision and I've got to put it out there?
It's something that was always in the back of my mind. I mean, I remember when I got into the seat in 2013, it was always in the back of my mind coming into, NHRA drag racing. There's, being a female, that's one of the difficult things about it. A man could continue to race and start a family. It's much different for a female. And I watched both my sisters. I watched Ashley get out of the seat, finish the season, stepped out of the seat at the end of the season to start a family. I watched Courtney do the same thing. Ashley has 2 little boys. Courtney has 2 little girls, and she has a 3rd one on the way. So it was always kind of in the back of my mind, but I was never in a position where I wasn't even, thinking about family. I was strictly focused on career and driving, and that's where I was at. And it wasn't until recently I got married last year that it really it started to sink in a little bit heavier than before, and it was on my it's been on my mind since I started dating my husband. But going through last season, it was actually, I think we spoke in, was it Phoenix beginning of this year? We had a conversation about it. Do you remember? Was it last season? I think it was beginning of this season. We had a conversation about it.
It all runs together.
Yep.
Yeah. So I had a feeling that I knew that we were going to connect at some point because we did have a conversation about, being a female in the sport and pregnancy and that announcement NHRA made about rule changes with female drivers. So anyways, back to what I was saying, I completely lost my train of thought now. I don't remember where I was going.
Hey, that's totally normal. But yes, this is just the evolution of people. This is what we do in life. And it just so happens that racing happens to be a business where that's not as friendly, so to speak. Yeah. You can't necessarily do your job and carry a child. But let's just be perfectly honest. Is it not the most annoying thing in the world, just you and me talking right now, for people to say, oh, you're married now. Aren't you going to have a kid? If you have a kid, are you going to step out of the car? Oh my gosh. How much did that annoy you, to be perfectly honest?
Definitely heard it for really all this season and all last season. It was one of the biggest things. I'd see it on social media, both negative and positive comments in regards to it. But also comparing to my sisters, when I got engaged, that's when the rumor started. Oh, she's going to get out of the seat like her sisters, almost putting it in a bad light, like getting out of the seat to start a family. Like, what about your racing career? But actually, since I made the announcement in Reading just last weekend, I did have that concern in the back of my mind, how people were going to react. And actually, the fans out there, so supportive. It was so awesome to see. A lot of them came up to me and were thanking me for 13 years, being able to follow along my journey and watch my career and thanked me for that. So that kind of just blew my mind. It was really amazing to see that. But like I said to you when we spoke in Phoenix early in the year, I firmly believe you dedicate me as a driver in the seat. I'm going to dedicate everything, put all my focus into either that car, that team, and driving and trying to win a championship, or I will remove myself and put my focus on something else. I don't think there's a place for both in one space.
It is Ida smoking the tires early. It is Brittany Force, 343.51. 343.51, the fastest speed in the history of drag racing.
But Brittany, you go out and set all these freaking track records. You're going bananas speed at ET, and then all of a sudden we get this news. It's like, bam, bam, slingshot. But I get it.
I wanted to, my sisters both made their announcements after the season, at the end of their season. And one of my sisters, her hands were tied through sponsor reasons. She wasn't allowed to say anything, or, they made the announcement. And I wanted to do it differently. I'd been speaking to my sponsors, all season long. Even end of last season, I was already having conversations with, my crew chief, my team, my sponsors. They already were in on it. They already knew what was going on. But I didn't want to go through the whole season and make the announcement then. I know so many people have done it that way, but I wanted at least to do it at some point before the season ended to, give fans a chance. If they, debated coming to race, maybe it might change their mind. And I don't know, I just wanted it out there for the fans as quickly as we could get it. And that was as quickly as we could get it done. That just happened to be Reading, the very start of the countdown. And that's where it lined up. That's how it fell into place. And, I was happy with it. I was happy to make that announcement and get that weight off my shoulders so I get back to focus, put my focus where it needs to be, and that's driving. So I was happy to get that off my shoulders.
That is specifically where I wanted to go with you. How much of this has been a weight on your shoulders? And you are so good at compartmentalizing things that I don't think it affected your racing whatsoever. Like Kenny just alluded to, the records and everything you've been setting this year. But just overall, not having to worry about that burden anymore. That has to be huge. And great timing. Now it's the playoffs.
Yes, exactly. It did feel good to get it out because, again, I've had so many people, calling me, asking me what my plan was for next season. If a seat position is opening, fans, I just had so many people asking me about it. And it's like trying to, I wasn't 100% sure yet at the beginning of the season when people were asking. And so when it all kind of came into play, it did feel good just to finally say it, get it off my back, and then start focusing on back in the car.
Who was giving you some of the best advice on how to handle these sorts of stresses? Was it one of your sisters? Was it Leah Pruitt? Was it somebody else that maybe would surprise us?
Really, it was just, working with people under the John Force Racing umbrella, working with my crew chiefs and my team who were 100% supportive. I know that over the last few years, JFR's definitely gone through some transitional phases, and we've had ups and downs. We decided in 2020 to step back and not finish the season. With my dad stepping out of the seat, Jack Beckman stepping in. So we've done a lot of transitions over the years, and everyone at JFR has stood by and supported John Force Racing. So I'm very lucky to have that support, but really it's everyone in JFR, including my family, my husband, my sisters, yes. But, having my team and my sponsors being able to tell me, like, this is so awesome, we're excited for you, we fully support you. There's no better feeling than that.
Brittany Force joining us here in the Freak Nation, of course, flying the colors of John Force Racing. And Brittany, whether it's Laura, your mother, or your dad, John, can you pull the curtain back a little bit and share with us? I don't need to go real deep, but what were the conversations you were having with those two who have been involved in drag racing for 5+ decades now?
My mom is just very quiet. She doesn't say very much. She's just, whatever you want to do, I'm there, whatever you want to do. And she doesn't say very much. Now, my dad is the opposite. He shares too much information. It depends on what day you get him on. If, again, it's up and down with him. That's always how he's been. And one day it's, are you sure this is the right decision? Look what you just did on you just set another track record. You did this. You're great. Keep driving. I love you in the seat. And then the next day it's, the sport is dangerous, and I understand you getting out, and I love the grandbabies. He has a ton of grandkids, and he loves his time with his grandkids. So then he's on that side, but he's just back and forth. Either way, he supports me. He's happy for the decision I've made.
You may not be able to comment on this, speaking of, but what's the future of John Force Racing once there is not a force involved with John Force Racing?
Right now, our focus, this David Grubnick, John Collins run team, I know that there's still so much out there. I plan to fully support them. I love that team, and I want to see them continue to succeed. Whether it's me in the seat, whether someone else is in the seat, whatever it is. And right now we're working on keeping that team under the John Force Racing umbrella. Again, that's an announcement for further down the road. We're not there yet. As for me, I'm not closing the door on driving. It's something that I'll have to, it's a decision I'll have to make further down the road once I get there. I don't know what the future holds for me, but I'm not closing that door to driving. And I still plan to fully, be out at the drag races. I love it. I've grown up out here. This is, the life. I love drag racing. It's been my life since before I was born. So I'll definitely be out here. As for what role, again, still trying to work things out, and that'll be later down the road once we get there.
13 years of Brittany, baby. Some Taylor Swift fans are going to have a field day. She did it with Taylor Swift's number.
Oh, no.
She's number lucky 13.
Oh, yes. Courtney ran the Taylor Swift car.
Right.
There you. Oh, yeah. That's right. See, all these tie-ins now.
Well,
and actually, it was.
Go ahead.
It's one of my favorite cars. It was the Taylor Swift album on the side of her funny car. It sits in our Yorba Linda, California shop right in the front entryway. It's one of the most beautiful cars. And the great thing about, well, not great, but she got sideways on the run. And my dad was like, it was spectacular. The car turned sideways. She got it back in the lane, got it down there. No incident, didn't crash, nothing, but you could see Taylor Swift all the way down the racetrack. You weren't meant to from the starting line, but you did.
Coming up next hour, Freak Nation, his name is Shawn Reed. Survived a hell of an accident and goes out and wins his next NHRA event. When he got back in the car, he joins us, as well as Zane Smith, having a hell of a year in his Cup ride. Big second hour of the Freaks coming up. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. If you want to blend in, keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to www.raceway.com.
Like, I was never going to lay a bumper to Joey, trying to get by him there in stage 3 or stage 1, I think. When he was leading, I got by him. Like, I just didn't want to do it that way. Teammate or not, I didn't want to do it that way, especially with a teammate. Like, I'm not just going to rough you up.
Definitely heard it for really all this season and all last season. It was one of the biggest things. I'd see it on social media, both negative and positive comments in regards to it.
I was trying to be the macho dude. You know me, man. I was like, yeah, I got this. No problem, man. I'm a tough guy. Blah, blah, blah. They strapped me in that car over there in Columbus. I said, what the hell am I thinking?
You know what? I'm very comfortable wearing this. And, you know, if you think I'm a so well.
Try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious. Here's the Freaks.
Freak Nation, Denny Hamlin, Ty Gibbs, Joe Gibbs, Kyle Busch. We'll do our damnedest to hit all of those coming up in this first segment. Also coming up this hour, Zane Smith and Shawn Reed in a hell of an accident in the Top Fuel car many weeks ago. And then he hops back in his hot rod. And what does he do in his first race back for the NHRA and the IHRA? Goes out there and wins the damn things. So he joins us coming up this hour as well. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and, of course, Facebook, the website SpeedFreaks.tv. Before I go any further, I want to say this, that our good friend Cole Cusimano, his lovely sister, owns a big-time pizza parlor, Italian joint, called Amici's in Phoenix, Arizona. Mesa, specifically, is that right?
Mesa, yep.
Mesa, all right. And we had a little bash here in the Freaks Abode Saturday night, and up in my door, show up 4 big freaking boxes of pizza, and what was the other stuff that was in the...
Garlic knots.
Garlic knots. I threw in some Zeppelis for you guys, too.
I love
Had to have
that.
some sweets, right?
Hey, what do you call those?
Zeppelis.
Zeppelis.
Boardwalk style in a paper bag,
Right.
like Coney Island, you know?
Oh, well
yeah.
done.
It's good stuff.
And you can kind of ruffle up the bag, too, to where it kind of looks like you're holding it running through the street.
Make
right?
it rough, yeah. Shake up powdered sugar.
Yeah, that was massive hit, too.
It's a
yeah.
very popular Italian joint in Mesa. But, Cole, why doesn't Amici's have their name on the freaking pizza boxes?
Oh, you guys got the no
the
good ones.
generics.
So we do have our name on the box. We ran out though. I brought the cool one here for Humpday.
Right.
It has a Ninja Turtle on it. Godzilla's on there. King Kong. We ran out recently, so you got the reject ones.
That's okay.
Tastes okay, right? That's all that matters.
It's greatness. There was not a piece left.
No.
There were many adults, many kids. It was fantastic pizza. So thank you for that.
And
Cole,
everybody asked, "Where's this pizza from? What's it called?" Huh?
Appreciate the support, guys. Thank you.
It's greatness. Hey, look, man. Denny Hamlin and his teammate Ty Gibbs had a little tussle on the track in New Hampshire, Freak Nation. We're going to dive a little deeper into this, Freaks. And Richie, if you would, let's set this up, my friend, because there's a number of things I'd like to get to in this segment. Some fantastic audio video that will help us move this thing along, given the fact that New Hampshire was pretty much an S-box of a race, my friend. And again, when we are relying on teammates and the most punchable face, in my opinion, in NASCAR, Ty Gibbs, to hook people to watch us, we got problems. So, buddy, let's go.
Where do you want to start? Do you want to go back and just refresh for the Freak Nation who may be tuning in here in the second hour of the show?
Let's do it.
Let's hear from Ty Gibbs first, and then we'll play Denny Hamlin right after that, so we can get both sides of the argument. So,
real quick, because there was a tussle on track, and so this is what Ty Gibbs is alluding to. He and Denny Hamlin. But one thing we didn't talk about the first hour is Gibbs also had some words for his other teammate, Christopher Bell. Gibbs was just kind of in his helmet heated, it seems like, throughout the beginning of this race. So maybe that also led to his little tussle with Denny.
Go ahead and play the Ty Gibbs from our friends at NASCAR and NBC here.
Denny Hamlin was not happy with you, talking about how he was racing for a championship. As you look at the incident, was somebody in the right and somebody in the wrong, and where does that lay out?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I'm excited to go race next week and looking forward to it.
Denny also mentioned that he felt like somebody from the organization should talk to you. What do you expect that conversation to look like?
Yeah, we'll have a good race next week. We're looking forward to it.
Great follow-up there from Tim Kuhn, I believe.
Yep.
Tim Kuhn on pit road there for
Yep,
NBC.
I like that. Yep, very solid.
That was awesome. That was a great follow-up there. Okay, so that was the perspective from Ty Gibbs. He did the Marshawn Lynch, I'm here so that I get fined. I'm on to Cincinnati answer. Denny Hamlin was asked about this incident as well, and here is his explanation for what happened between the two of them.
We made contact in a one. It was like a fourth or fifth time we made contact, but eventually ended up getting spun.
Would you have felt that? Would you have done the same thing if it wasn't a teammate, or how would you feel like they would have been different if you weren't teammates?
Well, I made a mistake in a turn one, so yeah, I would have made a mistake with anybody in that position.
So was this out of the way?
I was trying to get by him. that was a task in itself.
What's the discussion that needs to happen, or if any, with Ty or between you or somebody else?
Yeah, I'll let leadership kind of quarterback it however they'd like to, but obviously us, the 2019, are all trying to win a championship for their family. So it's crazy, unfortunate why we're racing the way we are.
Well then,
Richie, do we really need him to say anything?
He's guilty. That sounds like a man who's guilty to me.
Who?
Denny Hamlin.
Guilty for what?
He knows exactly what he did.
We all do.
Intentionally wrecking his teammate.
I don't think he's trying to hide it.
I don't think he is either.
He doesn't want to get it on tape of him saying, I punted.
I did it.
Joe Gibbs' freaking grandbaby. We all know what he was doing.
He sounds, to be honest, listening to that in full, kind of for the first time, really, he sounds more entitled there than Ty Gibbs. Doesn't he? Because he sounds like a guy who's like, hey, I'm racing for the championship. I deserve this. Me and my two other teammates racing for the championship deserve this more than you, Ty Gibbs. That's more entitled than Ty Gibbs is.
Oh,
but is that wrong, though? I mean, we do not like team orders, but at the same time, there's a crap ton of money that's on the line for a championship. And if Ty gets in the way, which has been a problem since the playoffs began in the mid-2000s, your non-playoff drivers getting in the way.
Pass him, Denny.
Well, that is valid.
You can't pass with this car, though. I think that's where a bulk of the frustration and the contact came from, was that you can't pass the car. You even said it in there. That was tasking itself to get around him. So,
how much you want to bet that's what comes out of Denny's mouth?
Absolutely.
In his podcast.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And like you said before, Ty Gibbs did nothing wrong in that scenario. This was all on Denny. I was just giving Ty Gibbs crap for having no personality.
Right. Which he doesn't.
That's it.
Yeah. He could have handled, Ty Gibbs himself could have handled his answer slightly better. Yeah.
Now, our crack staff of production, when they saw the Ty Gibbs post-race, but in-race interview, him basically saying, I'm on to Cincinnati, reminded our gang of something they saw on Twitter. Is that right there, Richie?
This is great. This is like a great 1-2 punch here. So I'm going to ask the question, which is, who did this better? The legendary Kyle Busch from several years ago, I don't have the exact date here, or Ty Gibbs today. Here's Kyle Busch.
With ironically the same team.
Yeah.
Joe Gibbs
Racing. Several years ago when he was driving, for the 18. So here we go. This is Kyle Busch.
Fantastic weekend here in Phoenix. Back to the racetrack.
What did Logano do wrong, and will you race it any differently going forward?
Everything's great. Looking forward to getting back to the racetrack and getting into my race car.
Are you okay with Joey moving forward?
Everything's great. really looking forward to getting in my race car and getting back here at Phoenix.
Speaking of that, are you glad that this is over now? You get in the car where you're comfortable and get back to racing?
Everything's great. Really looking forward to getting back in my car and being here in Phoenix.
So good.
See, I'm voting for. I think Kyle did it better because Kyle's got the snarky ass personality, and that's great. And he played that villain role so well back when he drove the 18 car. So more of that, Ty Gibbs. More of that.
Well, he was in a gaggle of mics too, and he really didn't move his head at all, and it was the same response. He couldn't turn away.
With the same tone.
With Ty Gibbs kind of turned from Kim Coons. Kyle could not turn away. Just bam. That was awesome.
You know what's funny? Personal story here. I was in a scrum with Kyle Busch, and he had one of those conferences where he was giving that same exact answer over and over again. I cracked him. He was sponsored by M&M's at the time, Mars. Yes. I said, "What's your favorite Mars candy bar?" Snickers. So I broke the mold.
So
I got him to say something else. So just wanted to throw that out there. It was kind of
fun. Cole cracks Busch.
Man, freaking news from
Love
Cole
it.
Cusimano. Oh,
and now we know he likes Snickers.
Yes, big Snickers guy.
Yeah, Kyle Busch wins that one.
Easy.
I would like to actually have a study. We got to break. We got to break in about a minute. An actual freaking hardcore study from my crack staff over the last 20, 25 years, who collectively has had the most punchable face in NASCAR.
Let's put it back out on the X.
Well, don't we have to come up with them?
Oh. No, we could just have people
Kyle Busch would be one. Logano would be one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ty Gibbs.
Would Harvick be one?
I think so.
At a time, yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on. Michael Waltrip.
Oh, without question.
He walks away with it.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, he's like, right?
Austin Hill.
Oh, yep.
Austin Hill now. He's up there.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. All right, Freak Nation. You want to do Shawn Reed or Zane Smith, Crasher? Next.
Let's do Shawn. Shawn's just, there's something about this interview with Shawn. He's still just in an amazing attitude, an amazing headspace after losing a freaking finger.
It's all coming up. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
SpeedFreaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
General Tire delivers.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Shawn Reed joining us here in the Freak Nation. And again, what does Shawn Reed do when he returns from his accident? He goes out and wins an IHRA event, and his first NHRA event, comes back and kicks some ass. to beat the bejesus out of a whole lot of dudes coming into that race.
2 races off of an accident, 2 races on a return, 2 wins. What?
Yeah.
What?
Coming off that accident, Shawn Reed, was there a bit of ambivalence, or was there a time when you were going up to the starting line going, damn it, last time I was in this cockpit, I was sideways? Did that enter your mind at all?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't. I was trying to be the macho dude. You know me, man. I was like, yeah, I got this, no problem, man. I'm a tough guy. Blah blah blah. They strapped me in that car over there in Columbus. I said, what the hell am I thinking? I was like, I'd have been better smoking dope somewhere than getting in that car. I promise that. I mean, it wasn't just getting in the car, Kenny. It was I mean, I thought about it when I was backing up from the burnout, and I shut my eyes and prayed at 800 feet, dude. I prayed. I just said, please don't pop a tire, and just stay on there. I mean, it was it took me 3 or 4 runs, and then on top of that, so that was a great weekend. Then you come to Reading, and I'm just clicking rounds on Sunday, you know, cars going A to B, and I'm like, oh wow, this is cool. And I'm getting ready to fire up in the final, and what's that? I'm in the right lane. Doug Colletta's in the left lane, and the last time I ran him, I mean, it could have been a disaster. And I thought I was getting ready to fire up, and I was looking at the Jumbotron, and it showed at the end of the track, and it showed me in the right lane and Doug in the left lane, you know, getting ready to go. And I about you know, tinkled myself. I just it was just so surreal. But you know, racers will be racers, and you know, I got to admit, once I hit the throttle, and I got to 304 or 400 feet, and I never saw his front end. I'm like, well, this might turn out to be pretty dang cool, you know. So it was pretty dang cool, you know.
You know what? That is surreal, but at the same time, it's what you needed to get over that mental hump, because you knew eventually you were going to have to go head to head against him. It was the finals, but you got it out of the way. Do you feel now that moving forward, anyone you match up against, it's getting better and better and better?
Yeah, it's getting. I mean, it definitely is getting better. You know, yeah, it's nothing can, you know, nothing could let anybody know what it's like to drive a top field dragster, and there's no way I can tell you what it's like to crash one at 290. I know what it's like, but I can't. It's like I can't put it into words. The things that go through your head, and you know, then you get knocked out, and then they're trying to cut the cage. I mean, just all the things that happened in, you know, them 2 or 3 weeks, you know, from the accident, and then after that is, it's just pretty much sucks.
It's interesting to me. I mean, I think you guys need to be giving Doug Colletta some like serious gifts of some sort, you and Tony Stewart, because Tony had a crash up against Doug. What's Doug got? Is there like a voodoo doll or something? Of course I'm kidding, people, but my goodness, Doug.
Hey, I've already told everybody here in Charlotte. I said, man, if you go up against me, you might as well just forfeit, because evidently I like to turn left, you know, and you know, same with Doug. You know, me and Doug are we're the ones. You know, here's the other just crazy thing is, like, you know, I hadn't really talked to Doug too much. I had talked to him and said, you know, I said, you know, thank God you smoked the tires right there. It would have just been a disaster, man. And he goes, yeah. He goes, you know, I go, you've been doing this so long, and I don't think you've ever crashed. He goes, yeah, I've never had a major crash at all, you know. And I mean, this was like in Indy or something, not here. And Doug goes, you know, what you did was like 1 in a million, man. That stuff just doesn't happen, man. And then he goes out and loses a front tire. But I haven't talked to too many people on that one, but you know, they were saying the front tire blew. I think the front tire that broke. I think the front tire broke off the car. It didn't have. I think the front tire broke off the car is what I think. But that's just me.
Yeah, we were referencing that after the Reading race, and when we were talking on SpeedFreaks on Sunday night, you can see it. The wheel just goes diagonal. That's not air going out. That's a piece that broke off.
And that's like if it just popped, Doug would have been able to drive it. I think it just folded under, which kind of pulled him left into Tony, man. I mean, it looks like Doug just drove into him, and Doug didn't just drive into him. I mean, he was the car took him there, absolutely. Yeah.
So Shawn Reed joining us here after a wild crash at the NHRA Northwest Nationals in Seattle, and then his first 2 races back, one in IHRA, one in NHRA, win. Holy cow. Your mental capacity right now seems to be high, seems to be happy. I'm sure, I noticed that your hand is still a little bit swollen. Are you needing to get yourself there every day when you wake up, or are you truly kind of still riding high and happy on things?
Yeah, no, it's, I'm kind of happy I'm not back in St. Louis right now, because my PT guy is, oh man, he's a brutal guy. But I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do a few things, and there's a lot of phantom, pain. There's a lot of even. I wouldn't say pain. It just sometimes it's like like my finger's still there, and it's I gotta remember that my guys like to play a lot of jokes on me. They're like they're standing around the other night, and they're like, hey man, you got something up there, man, you got something up there. I'm like, huh, I did, but yeah, right there. And so I go up, I go up and try to pick my nose with a finger that's not there. I poke my eyeball out with my middle finger, and they thought that was just funny as heck. They got me good there,
Christ.
Yeah, I think there's only a handful of people who can empathize fully with how that feels, the phantom pain. That is wild to me. Have they, though? You talked about this the last time we had you on. Have they brought out that foam finger yet to back you up?
No, I keep on waiting for it, man. I've seen it in the trailer, but they'd have to go up and hide it over the wall. So I would just die laughing if they did it, but I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet. But they everybody keeps on asking me. They're like, man, you crashed, you lost a finger, you went and you won your first 2 races back, and what how can you top that? I said, get a mobile surgeon, cut another one off, take me to Charlotte. Let's go.
What? No, let's not lose anymore.
Hey, I could win. I could win. Thumbs ain't fingers. I could win 7 more races this year. Oh, I only got 5. I got 1, 2, 3. Hey, I can still come up with a couple of them. Things I would do. Things I'd do to win a championship. You don't even know.
Again, Tony Stewart has been a strong proponent of you and your recovery, and you guys have become good friends. After his accident, what did you do? What was the first thing you do when you heard about his accident or saw his accident?
I was the next one in the staging lanes. My wife is, became friends, pretty good with Tony and Leah as well, and Dom, the little baby, and she came running up. She came running towards me, and I could see the fear in her eyes, and she just said, Tony just crashed. So I popped out of my car. I popped out of my car so quick. It wasn't even funny, and I went to the start, and I went right to the starting line, and with my helmet on and everything, and just started taking some stuff off and just watching it. But it was kind of deja vu. It's just like, man, when I saw it, I'm like, man, he should be okay, man. Everything I went through and the safety things in these cars, he should be okay. But I saw him kind of, walking, pretty gingerly, and then I did after the run, I did go in his trailer, and he was sitting there and, holding the baby, and, his left hand was, he goes, I messed up my left hand a little bit. And I'm like, well, you got fingers. It's good. And it's good. You're making progress. And we kind of laughed about that. And then, he's the one that, after the race on Monday, he's the one that texted me that I'm the second guy since Doug Herbert in '99 to win an IHRA and an NHRA back to back. And I'm like, oh, that's the first. So that was the first I heard about it. And Tony Stewart's the one that texted me that. And then And then he said, "Oh yeah, you want to beat that?" He goes, "Not that pro's been around that long and had races, but you're the only one that's ever won a pro race, IHRA race, and an NHRA race all in the same year." And I'm like, yeah, I never knew that.
And coming up next, a Cup Series pilot. All right, Zane Smith having a hell of a second half of the 2025 Cup season. He joins us next. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
So Zane Smith is back in the Freak Nation. And Zane, I was telling your manager, your buddy Steve Pegram, that you benefited from the Speed Freaks mojo before you even knew it, because on our show last Sunday night, we said, listen, Zane Smith booked an interview with the Freak Nation, hasn't even come in yet, but the Speed Freaks mojo was working in your favor. And for you to get that finish in Bristol, I hope you understand a lot of that had to do with the Speed Freaks mojo, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, if I that lucky, I'll come on every week now. It's going to give me a run like that. So, yeah, that was fun to have a shot at it the other night. And, not every weekend you have a shot to get your first Cup win. So, enjoyed that. And, just a really good night for our team. And I believe that there's only 7 races left, but I feel that run will do a lot for us momentum-wise in the future.
It's not just that run, though. You've had a good string of races. Heck, I really liked one of your races. I think it was Atlanta back in June, I think. You've had great races. Something has really connected this summer. Can you put your finger on it?
Just experience, just everything clicking is probably the biggest thing. But, yeah, I've really enjoyed this year. And then, just it sucks where we're at in points, but if we didn't have the month we did in August of just getting wrecked, I think 3 weeks in a row, I think it would look a lot different. And just trying to rebound from that in the Cup Series is tough, and it just takes a little time to get those points back. But we've had a lot of good runs this year, and even when we did get wrecked, we were running inside the top 10 and having some more good ones when that happened. So just trying to keep it going, and some great racetracks for us coming up here at the end of the year. So I believe we get this win to close out this year. Just need to keep runs like that going.
Heck yes. But you just alluded to the fact that now we've got only 7 races left in the season. And is it about points anymore? Or is it just about, like you said, that camaraderie, that momentum build to work on in the off season and kick off next season with an even better footprint?
Yeah, no, you're right. We're not just dead focused on these points since we didn't make the playoffs. But I think what was it, on Saturday we got 40 something points, and typically we just don't get that many. And so that just feels good to, jump up a couple spots maybe in the points. And a lot of the guys that we're close with, that's a big difference in year-end money for our team. And so, battling for that. But ultimately, to your point, we're trying to build momentum for next year and keep these guys fired up throughout the offseason. And I believe runs like that we'll do that. And so, just ones that come to mind, I think Loudon will be great for us this weekend. I'm looking forward for Kansas, Vegas, Phoenix, Martinsville, Talladega. We had obviously great speed getting the pole there earlier in the year and laying some laps. So, just excited for these final races coming up.
I was there. I was loving every minute of it. But sometimes people watching on TV, it's a different perspective, and they see a lot of yellow flags, and it's not as entertaining as being there in person. Do you think for crown jewel races like Bristol or Daytona, maybe keep those distances, but are we at the point where maybe some of the races, the distance needs to be shortened? Are you a fan of that?
I mean, there's some places where it's like, holy shit, this is a long race. But then, that's what makes our sport cool, especially from the manufacturer standpoint. Like, this equipment is getting just hammered for 500 miles and 600 miles in the Coke 600. And so that appreciation for the sport and the team, I think, goes a little unrecognized. Like, it needs to be appreciated a little bit more. Just because, man, we are really hard on equipment for a long period of time. And so, and that just doesn't happen. That comes down to how the preparation at the shop is, and just some incredibly talented people that work on these things.
Zane Smith joining us here in the Freak Nation. A fantastic finish in Bristol, top 3, actually third at the Bristol, joining us here in the Freak Nation Lucas Oil Studios. There were so many things from that race that still stick with me. One in particular was I was watching a lot of football. I was watching some of the undercard up to the fight that night, and then I would go back to the race. I was tending to my daughter and the party and so forth.
Excuses, Listen, Kenny.
And I hear about this gimmick crap that's going on. I think they're no gimmick. Then I hear now they've been allotted one more set of tires. I'm going, what the hell is going on? What?
Yeah, that's frustrating.
You're in your car, and these rules are being changed. How's it communicated to you, and what's a driver think about this?
Well, that's the one thing, and that doesn't happen often. Like, I'm not gonna say that for NASCAR, but we had that same situation happen last year where it marbled up like that, and I don't think this is a new tire. We didn't expect that, and there's a lot of things that just happen that you just have to learn, and so that was a product of that. But I think that regardless, we need to know how many sets of tires we have before the race from a strategy standpoint, because our runs went from really, really managing because in that middle portion of the race and towards the end, it was going to be like 50 or just over 50 laps on tires, which is crazy with the tire we had. And then they let that other set go because we were going to be out of tires, and how they were recording so bad. You would have seen pretty much like the Cars movie where Lightning McQueen's driving around on rims. So we just, they gave that extra set, and it kind of turned our runs in from 50 something laps, whatever, to I think it was like 36, which is a big difference what I do inside the car on managing my stuff, and how just the strategy plays out. So glad we were on top of it. The communication was great with myself and my crew chief, and on relaying the message to me on what's going on, and really just kind of painting a picture for me. I only see so much going on, and at Bristol, it's absolute chaos. Like, when all this cycle starts happening, and just that people are pitting, people are on incredibly old tires, damn near wrecking around every square inch of the place. You don't know like what lap you're on or anything. Like, I remember I was getting blown by, and just you're getting told ignore that, you're fourth right now. And so just there's a lot going on, and so I felt we did a good job managing that.
Well, having said that, would you want Bristol to look like that again come spring?
Me personally, I mean, I feel like I might be a little biased because it was a great one for us, but with that said, I think that was really fun, really exciting. This cup car we have on the short track is really difficult to pass, and I don't want to speak for fans, but like I don't know if people enjoy just us ripping at 100% 15-second lap times for 500 miles straight and like no cautions. Like, it's kind of cool to have some of that strategy into play, and you get to see the comer and goers of just guys that want to burn their stuff up and you'll see him again in about 20 laps, or you see the guys get rewarded that are managed and are smart with their tires at the beginning part of a run. There's a lot to just like watch and pay attention to, and I think that is way cooler than someone just ripping for 500 miles.
Agreed.
How did the tires fall off so much from practice on Friday to Saturday night?
Great question. I don't know. I mean, we knew this tire was really soft, and they showed some cords after about 70 so laps, but like we didn't expect it to be like that. I mean, it cooled down, so like the rubber I think was getting actually put down on the racetrack, but I don't think we expected it to be like that. I actually got told from my spotter, I want to say like, I don't know, 20-ish laps into the run, he's like, hey, it's marbling up some, just be mindful of your right sides. And to be honest, I didn't really listen much. And I'm like, no, it's not going to be like that, how it was last year. And I'm like, oh no, my right sides are corded. And I was on pit road. It's crazy how it happens, like a light switch, and then all of a sudden, everyone's on the same page of managing their stuff and not putting themselves in that position. But I mean, you don't know until you know, and so yeah, crazy stuff.
At Freak Nation, we'll wrap it up with a Hayden Deegan accident and a modified tire frisbee. We'll explain. That's next. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
Next to your vehicle's engine, your transmission is the most important component of your car. If it's not properly maintained, your car may not shift properly. By adding Lucas Transmission Fix to your transmission, it cleans and lubricates sticking valves for proper shifting, renews worn bands to stop slipping, stops seal leaks, will not void new car warranties, contains no harmful solvents. Lucas Transmission Fix. It works.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Coming up, we may get more into the most punchable faces in all of motorsports, with Michael Waltrip, in my opinion, being the king of all when it comes to one to punch faces. It's Michael Waltrip. What?
It's true.
Is it all right?
He's a punchable face.
Okay. But before we get into that, Richie and Big Ass Johnson reminded me of a couple of instances over the weekend where Crasher Super Motocross involving Ryder DiFrancesco and
Hayden
Deegan with the last Super Motocross race of the year over the weekend.
There's Hayden Deegan. So the finale, the Super Motocross World finale, was in Las Vegas over the weekend. Jet Lawrence capturing his third consecutive. Unbelievable what that guy does on two wheels. Hayden Deegan did not get another world championship, and he rode the second moto. The first moto was decent. The second moto was loaded with drama. If you get a chance to go back to this and watch it on any of NBC's sources, please do, because Hayden was just in a different mindset. He would purposely slow and then get back up to mess with some of the leaders or to mess with Joe Shimoda. It's odd. It's really odd, his behavior. He has been fined some points. Unfortunately, in this incident with, I believe this is with Ryder DiFrancesco, he did end up breaking his collarbone as well. So just watch this and just know Hayden he was on one last night.
Think about the points so much, and when we talk about how can he attack this race.
Deegan has gotten to the back of DeFrancisco. DeFrancisco down hard. Deegan back to the motorcycle, and that's shaking things up.
Well, he tries to jump, Hayden does, and as he tries to jump over into that single, there's nothing that he could do because Ryder DeFrancisco loses the rear end. Watch, he's going to come out here, slides out. And that was just,
Yeah, that's a tough. And the way Ryder D falls off, hate to speculate, but that's not good. Hayden didn't do anything, as you mentioned, Rick. He lost that traction. He was already committed.
Oh, yeah, that's harsh. That's harsh. I haven't heard anything. I don't know if you guys have about Ryder.
He put out on Instagram a statement that said, super lucky, just have a concussion. Thank you for keeping me strong all year. This could have been much worse.
Wow. Yes, it could have.
He did, and that incident there we didn't show, but he did walk away under his own power in that incident too. So yeah, just a concussion, luckily.
Somehow.
Yeah, right.
And I think what added to it, Crasher, was your explanation is really what Hayden was doing all night long, and then that happens. I'm not saying that was intentional by any stretch.
Right.
But it just kind of
I don't think that
on.
was intentional.
No.
I don't. You couldn't make that up if you tried. I mean, how his tire hits Ryder's helmet. That doesn't happen very often.
No.
So yeah. But Hayden was kind of on one. He was having odd behavior. He's been fined. Sucks about the collarbone. And here we're into the off season of Supercross and Motocross.
Modified race at New Hampshire. Was this Friday or Saturday?
Saturday,
Right.
the Mohegan Sun 100 in the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour.
Have we, Crasher, you would know, have we seen a modified race in person over our 25 years?
Yes.
Yes.
We haven't probably in the last 10, but yes, in California, Paris Auto Speedway, we saw some at Irwindale Speedway.
No, not the Whelen Modified, not these. We've seen other modified, not the Whelen Modified, the National Series. We've not seen this. No, we haven't.
I would have to have a deeper
I don't think
on that.
I have.
Okay.
Again, the power to weight ratio with these race cars, it's just extraordinary. And if you look at the makeup of this race car, the stagger of the wheels, the placement, it's bananas. But that's not why we talk about it. Big Ass Johnson caught this at the last lap. Watch the whatever tire go frisbee near the tail end here.
Bonteneur drives right down to the inside lane of the racetrack. He can't go any lower. Here comes Ripkema on the apron through turns 3 and 4. Out in front, off turn number 4. Checkered flag in sight. And off the corner, to the line they come. They make contact. Ripkema into the outside wall, but he takes the checkered flag for his first ever Whelen Modified Tour victory.
Oh, my God. What just happened? So he gets shoved into the wall, and then the tire frisbees. And just...
Cole, you're from that area. You ever seen a modified race?
I haven't
on the
actually.
National Series?
No. Living in New York, I wasn't really big into motorsports till I got out here to Arizona. So, yeah.
Yeah, nothing says motorsports quite like Arizona.
Yeah,
Right?
Phoenix Raceway. Come on.
Hold on. The amount of dirt tracks that have been around here, I mean, so many of them are closed, which is incredibly unfortunate. But yes, I mean, this was the place, we're talking about Phoenix, Arizona, or just Arizona in general. This was the place where IndyCar drivers in the, 70s, 80s, they would prepare for the Indy 500 with the oval that is Phoenix Raceway. So, yes, Kenny, think a little bit about what you say before you utter it.
And that's exactly why I said it, because it got somebody off and it got hurt. It took up another minute of our programming.
I will say, that is not the first time we've seen a 3-wheeled win in motorsports in recent history. Because Lewis Hamilton did it first.
Oh, Kenny.
He did it at
Richie got a chance to shout out Lewis.
He did it at Silverstone in 2020. I think he had a tire blowout like right at the end of the Silverstone Grand Prix, and he managed to hold off Max Verstappen to end up winning that race on 3 wheels. So this guy's got nothing on Lewis, baby. Come on. Lewis did it first.
Did you enjoy Baku?
Baku was better than NASCAR in New Hampshire. I tweeted that out today. And people are like, is he crazy? But it's 100% true. I love Baku. Baku's cool. Baku's a cool track, man.
Explain to the Freak Nation what you're talking about, Richard C. Not everybody snorkels F1 like
Baku is a city in Azerbaijan, and that's where the Formula One was going on this weekend.
The Formula
Max
One?
Verstappen, his 67th career race win. He is now 69 points, nice, out of the championship. So the drive for 5 is on for Max. Make it happen.
Whoa.
Okay, back to you, Kenny. Thank you for the Formula One of the year. Goodbye.
Speaking of punchable faces.
Oh, Max Verstappen. I would, yes. I would punch Max Verstappen if I had the chance.
Now, when we say punchable face, we're not saying that they are, for the most part, despicable human beings. We're just saying they've got a punchable face. Their demeanor, some of the things they might say or do, or where they drive or talk to people, give you some verification of why you want to punch these people in the face. But, yeah, Max Verstappen might be one of those. Whoa. My favorite former Formula One driver that I probably would have punched in the face at the time is Ralph Schumacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You and Ralph never got along.
Cole Cusimano, you being the younger one here on set, give me 3 or 4 drivers in Motorsports series that you think are very punchable.
Punchable. Is it only NASCAR or anything?
No, anything.
I'll go Pato.
No,
I don't like Pato. I don't like
Award.
Pato's face. I don't like his attitude either.
Got it.
Tell the Pato Nation that.
Oh, smoke.
Hey, flame me all you want. I'll go Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch being the OG Dale Jr. fan that I was.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Harvick. Like that call from you before.
Yeah.
All right.
Crasher?
My knee-jerk reaction went to Joseph Newgarden. My OG.
He's such a good-looking guy.
So's Pato. So's Max Verstappen. But you just said it has nothing to do with their looks or the fact that they might be a despicable human being.
Whoa. You're not saying Joseph is despicable.
No. I said might.
Okay, got it.
His antics over the 2025 season, I think a lot of people would like to punch Joseph Newgarden. I'm just throwing it out there.
Including teammates?
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Going back some time, and this is a guy that I really like, but I think that he definitely was punchable in his day, Paul Tracy. And let's do... I'm having a really tough time coming up with a third.
It's all right.
It's tough on the spot.
Yep.
I'll just go with Ty Gibbs just because we've been talking about him all night as the punchable bean boy. Yeah.
Wow. Richie?
I'm a pacifist, Kenny. I refuse to be violent in this situation. I'm a non-violent person, so I decided to ask Grok instead. And they came up with their number one answer, Joey Logano, a.k.a. the Smirk King. This guy's face screams, I just spun you out and blamed the shadow.
Smirk King.
The Smirk King. Joey Logano, the Smirk. Next time Joey comes in the Freak Nation, you got to ask him about
Smirk
that
King.
nickname.
Yeah, we should. We should. Mm-hmm. But he's laughing now.
That's
Who's
right.
laughing now? Joey.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Joey.
Well, I'm going to go with my man, Michael C. Waltrip.
Oh,
And
of course.
As I think he will hold that mantle for me for the entire rest of my life, unless someone else is able to duplicate the Aston that he has provided us over the last 3 decades.
Aston. That's good.
Hold on. If you have to choose Michael Waltrip or Ralph Schumacher.
Ralph Schumacher.
Oh.
Yeah. Because he legitimately earned the punchable face with me.
Right.
So there you go.
Do we have
All right,
time
man.
for you to talk about it? Oh,
we
don't
sure
have
don't.
time.
We got to go. Later.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by our friends at Lucas Oil. Now, what automobile do you have in the garage? I bet Lucas Oil could keep that thing fat and happy and on the road. From everyday car care, heavy-duty trucking to agriculture, hot rods, classic cars, motorcycles, and marine, Lucas Oil has what you need to keep those engines, interiors, and exteriors looking like and running like they're supposed to be. For more information, go to the website, lucasoil.com, and find the perfect Lucas Oil product. Keep your rides on the road. Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. If you want to blend in, keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.